couple of years back, 1.5 year back, we had our eyes set on the World Cup, whatever we were doing on the field, but we had a long-term goal, of doing well in the World Cup, because just by having a target in mind doesn't mean you'll win the World Cup. What we said was, we'll prepare well for the World Cup. We'll try to keep each and every individual fit. The prospects, the best 11, we'll try to, keep them in the best form, so that, when we play in India, and especially the format, we knew there were quite a few league games before the start of the knockout stage. We said we want our best players to be in form, and not to lose our best players to injuries. It was a big challenge, but I think series by series we gave rest, and at the same time players opted for rest, which really helped us, be in a position where we were able to give more than 100% on the field. I think each and every individual was throwing himself around, which meant they had a bit of reserve battery, which they applied, and throughout the tournament, I think we peaked at the right time, which was important, and we carried that momentum into the finals, and finally we were able to win the finals. If you are part of a team, individual feelings doesn't matter that much, because we wanted to win this trophy for each other first. When you're sharing the dressing room with 15 individuals and 10 to 12 support staff, the first thing you want to do is to give happiness to them, to their eyes. And I think, we wanted to do it for each other. And at the same time, we knew if we are doing it for each other, we are doing it for the nation. And, the picture gets bigger and bigger. But we said, okay, let's concentrate and try to keep it as small as possible, because we knew if we do well on the field and if we are winning the World Cup, the whole of India will definitely have a share of it. Well, I think, if you see the last 3-4 years, as far as sports is concerned, we have done well, whether in shooting, badminton, lawn tennis, and a few other sports. Hockey also we have done well. A few years back, we did something special in football also. So definitely, we are growing when it comes to being a nation where, sports has a kind of support. But of course, cricket is a bit special because, because of the infrastructure and everything else. And, as I said last time, from 1983, there was a big change, in Indian cricket when we won the 1983 World Cup, and slowly and gradually people started loving the sport, and then you saw all of a sudden two big individuals making their debut to the international arena, and they were Anil Kumble and Sachin Tendulkar. A few years later, you had Saurav Ganguly and Rahul Dravid, getting into the international arena. So I think this was the chain of players, because of whom I think we are in a position right now where we earn a lot of money. We have got a lot of respect, and what we are trying to do is, we will try to pass it on to the next generation. For that, I think, the expectation levels of Indians, they always, they're growing, and, every time when you turn up on the field, you are expected to win. So I think nowadays, the pressure that we go through is a lot. I think if you ask some of the players, they are not eating well because of the anxiety, not because of the pressure. It's the anxiety that, there is food in front of you, but you don't really feel like eating it. So I think we felt it throughout the tournament. You may say, okay, avoid it, do this, do that, but at the end of the day, you do feel it being a human being. But I think everybody coped up really well with the kind of pressure or the kind of extra responsibility that each and everybody had. And overall, quite happy to achieve, what we wanted to achieve and where we had set our eyes 1.5 year back. I think it's a character, how each and every individual is, how you turn up on the field, what you want to achieve on that particular day, because, the amount of cricket we play, it's very difficult to be, 100% or give more than 100% each and every time we turn up on the field. For a big tournament like this, I think each and everyone was tuned up for the occasion. We didn't want it to go anything, out of our hand. We started a bit loosely, you can say, where we said, okay, even if we are in a bad position, we'll come back. And as the tournament progressed, we said, okay, now we are not in a position where we can experiment or, we can say, okay, this match is gone, the next match we'll get, because we were in a knockout stage. And I think each and every individual, they stepped up to the occasion. Zahir Khan giving us breakthrough, Yuvraj Singh doing it with the ball, or Suresh Raina coming in with the bat. I think each and every individual, whenever he was given a chance under tremendous pressure, they performed. So I think it's a character of individuals that really helped us win this big trophy. About the promotion, I remembered. No, there's a answer to the second question. Uh, it was a difficult one. I'll tell you the reasons behind it, because Yuvraj is in brilliant form throughout the series, if you see. So promoting and not getting runs, I knew what the questions would be. Why I promoted myself, why couldn't I stay back? If I promoted myself, it meant there were two left-handed batsmen after me. If I get out, the side may be in trouble, but it was an honest decision, and I said, if Gautam is batting really well, if I go in right now and if I get to rotate, and I had no clue that time that there was dew onto the field, and I played a lot with Muralidharan. I know his Dusra quite well, which he knows also. So I was able to put a bit of pressure on him. And I think, that really mattered, because what me and Gautam, we do well is we run well. We don't take too many risky singles, but at the same time, we try to convert those 1.5 runs into 2 runs. So I think, it was an ideal combination. It was after a long time that we batted. I still remember the India A days where we were batting together against Pakistan A team in Kenya. So we ran well, we backed each other, we supported each other, and we knew if we take the game close enough with one more power play in hand and Yuvraj Singh and Suresh Raina to come, definitely we'll achieve, even if the needed runs are, 8 runs and over. And I always get good players. I think the players, they have responded really well to me, whether it's the test side. We have got quite a few senior players who are part of the side. Before even I started playing cricket, they were part of the international side. And at the same time, the youngsters coming in, I think they have contributed a lot. Willing to give in more than 100%. If you see Suresh Raina and Virat Kohli covering the amount of ground they cover in an ODI game, because of the fact that some of our fielders are not good enough. They know that, and they're putting in more than what's actually needed. So I think the response is very important. And at the same time, I give a lot of emphasis on the dressing room atmosphere. It's not about how talented you are, but if you're helping each other perform, if you're helping a youngster perform, that's the kind of man I would like to be part of my side. But I don't mind having someone, who's not helping others, but at the same time, he's not demoralizing. And if he's a great talent, he can be part of the side. But I think, when you're part of a sport, what is important is, how you're contributing so that each and every individual can perform. I always back myself, because I try to take honest decisions, not to get influenced by anyone. Of course, the senior players are there to help me out. But overall, what I've done in the past 2 years or 3 years is, being honest with myself. So if it's not biased, I try to take the right decision at the right time. Well, you don't need to compare everything. I've always said that everything is special in its own way. The format is very different. I've always loved the ODI format because, I always think you see a lot of variety in one day. Like you saw in this game where we lost a couple of early wickets. Then you have two batsmen, struggling to get the amount of runs that needed. You see a glimpse of not actually test cricket, but where the batsmen, they're looking for survival, looking to get runs at the same time. And at the end, you see slog, two batsmen like Yuvraj and me slogging in the same game, and you get the result. So I think every format is very special. T20, of course, you can say this team started doing something different when we went for the T20 World Cup. And actually, we can close the chapter right now with this World Cup, because we need to build up a team again. Because of the amount of cricket we are playing, we need quite a few reserve players to come in and bowl, and we need spinners, batsmen, each and everyone to be at their best, because if you want to do consistently well at international level, you need to have a pool of players, which means you'll have to try quite a few players, not think about the result.